So in this video we will see how to create a new document with Gimp and as well how to save it and to export it. So the first thing is to create a document, and for that we'll go to the menu, to the file menu, click on file, then click on new, and here you have a new box, and in this case you can use different templates. If you click on templates, there is a drop-down menu that comes here, and you can create templates, some kind of images, especially for different kind of supports, kind of for screens, for iPhone screens, for web banners, for many things which appear here. And you can also change which size of document you want to create by default, going into the preferences. By the way, you can create images for printing purposes with a 300 PPIs, and as well web banners, which have different quality. So let's say that in our case we will go for something pretty basic, which is going to be a 1920 and by 1080 pixels. It's some kind of basic. It's kind of my screen today, and this is what we can use to create, for instance, screensaver, not screensavers, but wallpapers. So in this case, I would click OK. There is just one thing we can have a look at. It's the advanced options. In this case, we can see that we have the resolution 300 by 300 means that you can have an image that is ready to be printed. And we will see that later. But if you want to have something for a screen, it's going to be 150 pixels. So, roughly could be great for that, especially for Retina displays. And what the hell else do we have here? As you can see, you can change if you want to have the picture with a transparency background or a foreground background color, white or something else. Those foreground and background colors, they appear here, all right? And so let's go for transparency and click OK. And here it is. So in this main interface, on this kind of dashboard in the center, you have your image that you can then tweak, change. Let's say, for instance, that I want to add some, I want to draw something on this. As we see, we can have another size of in the setting of this brush. We've changed this previously, you see, and so I can draw something like this. And I can as well change maybe the pattern in the background. It's something that we will see later. And yeah, that's it. So now let's say that you like this picture. You want to save it. So to do so, you will click on File and Save, or Save As. What you have to know about that is that, let's go on to the desktop, for instance. If you want to save this picture, it will be saved in a raw kind of file, which is called XCF. It's .xcf. It's a Gimp file system. That's how Gimp saves its documents. And if you want then to export this picture to Instagram, Facebook, or do a wallpaper, whatever, you will have to export it. And this is another function. In this case, we will keep this raw document. It's a bit like using a spreadsheet, or let's say a Microsoft Word, a Word document, and you can save this Word document as a Word document so that you can work on it later. But you can also export this Word document into a PDF. And in our case, we will save this file as a XCF file so that we can work on this later. Let's call it test, for instance, .xcf. It's going to be saved on my desktop. It's going to save, and here it is. And now we want to use it again. We want to see how we want to work on this later. And let's open it again. So let's go to Open, or Open Location, or Open Recent, and here we have the test.xcf file. Let's click on this, and here it is. Now I can change the zoom and work on this again. I can add a layer, for instance, right, and have fun with this, you know. So yeah, that's the first point. Now let's say you want to export your file. The best way to use this is actually to to open another file. Let's open a file that I have created. It's called gradient2.xcf. Here it is. And so in this case, you can see that there are different layers. We see this layer later, by the way, and not layer. And in this case, what happens is that I can change this file. For instance, let's go and change click on white. Boom, we have this. And now I want to export this file. So to do so, I go to the file menu and go to export or export as. In our case, I want to export this as a PNG picture. So I will go to my desktop again, just for fun, and I want to call it gradient2.png. But what if I want to use this this file but use another format? Let's say JPEG or GIF or other files. I can do that. So for instance, I can change just the name and go to JPEG or GIF. A GIF, it's going to be a big picture. In this case, it's not meant to be used as a GIF because it's a big picture. But in this case, I will use the PNG and click on export. And by the way, you can see here, you can have, if you click on select file type, you can change the file type that you want to export this file. You can even export it as a Photoshop picture, for instance. And I click on export. Here it is. And I leave this like this. I will keep a compression level high so that it won't be too heavy, and click on export. Take some time. Yeah, and now my file is on my desktop. And I will go here. Here it is. Now I will open it with another system. And this is my file.